Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist, one, two, and all in between. This is for the absolute positive, good God and truth of your lives, only crossing bigger and better, hopefully always and forever. Anything that you ever hear as a fact, right? If it's stated as a fact, it's only stated one way as a fact. One more positive than all negativity. The only good truth of God, of a fact, to the reality check of you. If that fact doesn't state one more positive from the inside out at 360 degrees, bigger and better than all negativity, it's not a fact of you, it's the faith of you. And the good of God, of all, as truth, as a fact, okay? A fact of God check only states one more positive than all negativity. Good as the truth of the life of Jesus Christ. One who never dies. One who only set the example that never dies. And is the absolute bigger, better here and now reality check of the Adam man evolved of all I am. Anywhere creation of existence, Adam matter evolved is stated one more positive than all negativity, whether it be one particle, atom, or a mountain of them, right? They are stated good as truth and can't be destroyed. And it is the absolute bigger, better of them here and now in reality check as a fact of God check. Anything as a fact, right, cannot be destroyed through time, extremes, or age. In reality, it's stated good forever as truth, as the bonding atom matter of it evolved to the here and now of its existence, to the reality of all creation of existence. And if you don't know, right, to only cross one more positive than all negativity, that will only state you good as truth, as a fact of God of you in reality check, your atom matter evolved, right? Then you're always negatively deficient of it with faith. And all faith, right, knows not what is good as truth, because if it did, right, that's all we'd be for any faith. But in reality check, all faith is a gamble, a crapshoot, and a gamey vote on your reality check to what is good as truth, depending on the bias of that faith. And the Holy Bible says, be in the world, but not of the world. And in reality check, right, that's because this is a world of faith, okay? Everywhere you go, right, every nation on earth, right, is a faith-based nation. Every religion of earth is a faith-based religion, okay? And I can state that as a fact because there's only one good truth. You hear people all the time saying, this is my truth. Well, your truth is the faith of you, because in reality check, there's only one good truth of God, of all atom matter evolved to the reality of creation of existence, and it's only to be one more positive than any negativity. It's the only way you can add up, stay, or be good as truth, as a fact of God check of your atom matter evolved, timeless and indestructible to the reality check of your shape, form, and mass, because you cannot be destroyed for that. You can't come to any harm that you can't overcome. You can't come to any decay and disintegration by the negative of you being overwhelmed more positive. That states the negative nothing. And it states it all the way from the smallest particles of all you are. Listen to me. All atom matter evolved, right? Started out as one atom bonding with two or more Christ-like to make the good God and truth of every shape, form, and mass there is. Not to exclude every dimension of time and space there is, and every shape, form, and mass of the God of Allah of all for everlasting peace there is. The absolute good truth of God of the life of Jesus Christ. And in reality check, right, what you state as a Big Bang is, take this for instance, if you plug a plug into the wall, right, the male energy has to overwhelm anything female negative energy about it, or negative matter about it, because if it doesn't, right, then either your house will burn down or you won't have enough electricity to run your appliances. Okay? Now here's what happened. This is the exact happening of your Big Bang. This part of creation of existence that we're in, right? This infinite part of creation of existence that we're in, right, was enlightened by the good God and truth of the energy of God, of all reality check of mankind we are. Okay? And when this happened, it happened at the smallest Planck lengths of existence. Listen to me. At the smallest Planck length of existence, right? It's just a circuit of energy. One more positive from the inside out at 360 degrees bigger and better than all negativity. Okay? When this circuit of energy adds up and makes protons and neutrons, it does it by creating quark energy. And inside a proton is 2 up quarks, 1 down quark, and inside a neutron is 2 down quarks, 1 up quark. And when this circuit of energy from the Planck length of existence doesn't add up one more positive than all negativity, it's the static, twisted, scattered, undefined energy of the cosmos, of the electron field. Now, when this proton overwhelms the neutron, which is the male overwhelms the female matter of the neutron, the male energy, the protonic energy overwhelms the female matter of the neutron, right? It creates through the electron field an indestructible atom, okay? Now, depending on how many protons and neutrons are in these atoms is depending on their elemental base on the periodic table, okay? But for a man or a woman, right, when your atoms bond 2 or more together, Christ-like, good as the truth of God of you, one more positive than all negativity, right? Your atom matter evolved as a fact of God check cannot be destroyed. And this is what happens when you cross negative with negativity, right? It's the incarnate she, he, shafting devil of all matter. And I'll show you why. Because you only are bonded together here and now as the expression of the good truth of God of your shape, form, and mass, one more positive than any negativity that would not have you here and now. So in reality check, when you cross negative with negativity, the atom matter that you are can't hold the good truth of its bond to express your shape, form, and mass as a fact of God check to reality check, okay? But it's also, it's more than that. Like I said in other videos, the only way a man or a woman can cross negative with negativity is through the faith of them. Because all else, right, is crossing more protonic with their energy every time they feel any and all negativity, to always state good as truth, bigger and better than that negativity, the one nothing of the negativity, okay? But when you crisscross with faith, right, all faith is less than being more positive to keep you good as truth. By articulation, it states that things cross bad, evil, and simple, okay? And with your faith, the neutron can't sustain itself. It's a snake of energy, of negative energy on the neutron, and that's why it's blind leading blind and negative with negativity to crisscross with faith, okay? And it's a snake of energy on the matter of you, the neutron of you, the soul and the matter of you, okay? Because the neutron's the soul and the matter of you, and the proton is the positive energy of the good truth of God of you. And it always has to overwhelm this neutron, because if not, you're snaking your matter to the good truth of one nothing of you, a he shaft of the devil, a bushwhack, a nutty, fruity, hallucinating bushwhacker on all you are, blind leading blind with your faith. Now, on the outside of an atom, like I've stated in other videos, when this neutron, right, isn't overwhelmed more protonic either by itself or let's say in a neutron star, it pulsates with energy, and they call it a pulsar in a neutron star. Well, eventually it collapses into a black hole abyss, just infinitely one nothing of it here and now, because it's not overwhelmed, more positive with energy, more protonic. And this is what you do to your body. When you crisscross with faith, right, it's a snake on the matter of you, okay, because it doesn't always cross you more protonic, more positive to keep you good as truth. And in reality, it states that things cross bad, evil, and sinful. Okay, now here's the thing about that, right? Over a volume of time or extremes, it's the decay and disintegration of your matter. Your matter cannot sustain it. And what happens is it collapses into a black hole abyss from you being a nutty, fruity, bushwhacking hallucinator for so long, right? And in reality check, it just becomes infinitely negative of you here and now with the devilish hells of you forevermore. And in reality check, right? Like I said, it's the faith of you, because listen, if it's not more positive as a fact of God check than all negativity to keep you good as truth, Christ-like, right? As the here and now of your reality check, only bigger and better, alive and well, it's always less than with the faith of you. That's all you have. If you're not good as truth, you are living by faith. If you don't know to always come back more protonic than negative, negatively neutronic, more male than female with your matter, because you're half male and you're half female. And if you don't know to always come back more male than female, right, you're always collapsing your life and your matter into a nutty, fruity, hallucinating black hole abyss, a snake on it, a he shafting snake of the devilish hells of you. I mean, the crisscross negative with negativity is the devilish hells of all things. And like I said, this Big Bang that we're told about, man, is just the energy of God catching up to this part of creation of existence, enlightening it from the smallest speck out to the absolute bigger, better of the here and now of all God, truth, reality check of Atom, Matter, Evolved. Listen to me. All Atom, Matter, Evolved, right, started out with the smallest speck of energy of it. And in reality check, it added up through protons, neutrons, quark energy, and the electron field, the atom matter of it, to make the good truth of God of every shape, form, and mass to the reality check of all creation of existence. And to believe anything else is insane. It's a hallucination. Listen to me. You start out as a baby, and before you're a baby, you're a seed. And all things start out as a mustard seed, as the smallest of all things. And through the building blocks of positive energy and atom matter becoming evolved is the bigger and better of these things, good as truth, to the absolute bigger, better of the reality check. And like I said, when this electron, or when this Planck length energy doesn't add up more positive than negative, it is the electron field, is static, twisted, scattered, undefined matter of all things to the reality check of them. Now listen, if you look all around you, right, everything creation of existence puts off its own energy, okay? Now, depending on how you absorb this energy, more positive or more negative, is depending on if you're good as truth or if you're not, as a fact of God check of you in reality check. Now, your faith, right, doesn't always take things to the absolute good truth of God of it, and because of that, it's always negatively deficient of the good truth of God of it. Okay, now you could say happy, joy, wonderful, love, peace, harmony, all these things are more positive than negative, okay? Now you can say hell, hate, rage, any kind of negative word outside of negative, but if you don't know that those things are just negative, if you say that things are bad, evil, and sinful, and you don't know that those are just absolutely negative, you won't bring them back to a more positive, to always keep you good as truth. And you are only expressed good as truth as a fact of God of you check one more positive than all negativity. And it's a problem because our leadership teaches that things cross bad, evil, and sinful. And with this negative articulation of their faith, this no good as truth articulation of their faith, right? This unevolved articulation of their faith, an unqualified articulation of their faith, they state through this bad, evil, sinful way, jails, prisons, wars, victims, and crooks, the conflicts, convicts of us, like I've said in other videos. And it's just negative with negativity. And if you grow negativity for too long, right, it becomes the one nothing of all things in creation of existence to the reality check of their matter. And it is the absolute of all things negative as the one nothing of them, here and now, good as truth, as the reality check of their shape, form, mass of their atom matter evolved. And this is what we suffer out of existence, decay, disintegrate, and die of, and nothing else. Nothing else can decay you, disintegrate you, or kill you, because you're always bringing it back to a more positive, protonic way to keep you good as truth, always as a fact of God check of your atom matter evolved. Indestructible atom matter evolved. But because you don't know this and these people don't teach it and they sell out to it, right? In reality check, it's only making the negatives more and more worse as time goes on. And the more we grow with knowledge, right, the more we become negative with this knowledge. It's no good as truth because we're becoming like smart animals. In reality check, right, we're dying like dumb animals. But you can teach a smart animal, no, sit, stay, lay, good boy, bad boy, right? But you will never teach that animal to go do something more positive than the negatives of it. It's the only way you can add up, stay, or be good as truth. And it's the only thing that separates us from the animals as a fact of God check. But because we don't know it, we're living and dying like animals. And the more knowledge that we take on, the quicker it's killing us in reality check. You know, I got a nephew, man, and this guy's always going to AI about stuff on his phone, and he's no different than anybody else. But I'm going to explain something to you about this AI. It's a lifeless form of intelligence, man. Its gnosis and knowledge is no good as truth because its creators are creators of faith, blind leading blind fools. You hear me? Because if you ask any of this AI what's good as truth, what's the absolute, what is the absolute of a fact, they will never tell you a fact is only one more positive than all negativity. That's what makes it good as truth, as a fact. And that's the reality check of anything that's a fact of atom matter evolved. It can't be destroyed. You hear me? And because we're not being taught this, and we're being taught everything but this, right? It's all negative to what's good as truth for you in reality check. See, knowledge, right, can only be absorbed, okay? One more positive than anything negative of it. And if you're absorbing knowledge, right, that is inferior to the good truth of your shape, form, and mass, more positive than anything negative about it, right, in reality check, and you don't know what the articulation of you is to keep you good as truth, this knowledge is no good as truth for you, no matter what the positive variables of it is. And no matter what the positive variables of your faith is, man. If that faith teaches that things cross bad, evil, and sinful, and it doesn't teach to only bring back what's negative, more positive, always to keep you good as truth, it's no good as truth. I don't care how intelligent people think they are with their faith. I don't care how religious or spiritual or how loving or how nurturing these people are, good as truth. They're only living and dying like animals because they don't know what the good God and truth of them is. All they have is the gambling crapshoot of faith. Things could be bad at any time for them. They don't know what to do with that bad because it doesn't equate. It doesn't bring them back to them. Their logic doesn't bring them back to a more positive than that negative. See, anything bad, evil, sinful about you, man, is just negative. And if you don't know that, you won't always bring it back to a more positive way. You won't always know you have to. And this is a total lack of leadership, man. It's unqualified leadership. You hear me? And in reality check, it is the death and decay of every fool who ever died, man. In reality check, because if we don't know it and we don't teach it, And we don't preach it, right? And our science can't wrap its mind around it. Our religions can't wrap their minds around it. Our governments can't wrap their minds around it. Well, they just got us living and dying like dumb animals. And in reality, check, it's no good as truth. But I'm not having it, man. Listen to me. I'm going to explain something to you. God is the good of all I am as a fact check. Only one more positive than all negativity. Good as the truth of the life of Jesus Christ. One who never dies, a negative to one nothing of life here and now. One who is only good as truth and set the example that never dies. The reality check of the atom matter evolved. The good God and truth of all, reality check of mankind I am. Steal your lives back from all negativity. Listen to me, man. There was a full of faith and there was a thief. And there was Jesus. And Jesus was able to bond with the thief, one more positive than all faithful negativity, as the good truth of God of him. You hear me? And the thief was able to bond one more positive with Jesus, good as the truth of God of him, bigger and better than all negativity, as the atom matter evolved of all they were. And they stowed their lives back from all that faithful negativity and all them fools that put them up there. You hear me? It's all part of a bigger, better plan. The thief rode back to the tomb, let Jesus out. Mary came along, seen the thief shining one more positive than all negativity, just happy to be alive. He said he went that way, and she gave him a kiss. She said, "You're an angel." And that's a fact of God, how it went as truth and reality check. Jesus didn't come back as a ghost. He got up 3 days later, and he went on with life. Dead men don't do that. Never, ever, ever, nowhere. And in reality check, anything that isn't teaching you to only come back more positive than negative always, as the good God and truth of it, right, is a freaking lie of your faith. And it's only suicide to all you love, cherish, and will ever be. You hear me? It will kill out all your hopes, your dreams, and your life to one nothing, just infinitely negative of you with the devilish hells of you, man. Whatever killed you in reality check. And that is a fact of God check. From the full thief man, God, King, Adam man, King Adamus of all God, truth reality check I am. Peace.